Hello, all of you amazing people. I am back with another video, and trust me, it's going to be a good one. It's how to make a swamp in Fortnite Creative. I hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope that you get something out of it by the end. But without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so, these are the props and trees and stuff you're gonna want to get for your swamp. This right here is the swamp nature gallery from the nature section, and then you also want to come over to the variant foliage gallery and get these two swamp trees in here. Until like two days ago, I had no idea these were even in this gallery. I just thought it was all pine trees, but these really help. These are the trees over here. These are the ones that are in Slurpy Swamp right now, and I think they look great. And then for the terrain pieces, you just want to get out the swamp terrain. It's at the top here, Swamp Cliff Gallery. And the first thing you want to grab, and the main terrain piece you're going to be using, is this right here. So, put it onto Grid Snap 2, and see how when it's on Grid Snap 2, it's not touching all the way, and if you put it down, it's just gliding with the ground. So you want to go to the resize axis, change the axis to height, and just keep changing the height until you see how it turns into a lighter blue now that it's touching the ground. Alright, so then you want to place it, and if you just want to do a basic island, just place this one piece in a circle, and boom, there you go. But I think this kind of just looks, it looks copy and pasted. You can tell it's just the same piece rotated. So what I like to do is keep these two, and then grab this piece right here, rotate it, make sure it is lined up, go back to the resize axis, change the height. You want to do this for all the pieces you use for this. Make sure it's touching the ground, and place that. And now take this piece, rotate it again, and then you want to resize the width to where part of this piece that I'm holding is touching this corner right here. So if you would watch carefully, boom, right there. This part and this part are touching in the same corner, right? And then the last piece you want to get for this island is not this big slope, this big sloped piece, but this smaller one. Grab this, rotate it, make sure it's lined up, change the height, and then you want to go to depth and resize this until it lines up with the other piece, just like that. And now you have a lot more of a natural looking island, and I think it just looks a lot better than just doing a circle with this piece, and it looks a lot more natural. And then now we're going to get into adding the foliage. So you want to come over here, and the first thing I like to do is add the trees. So grab this big tree, or whatever trees you want. Shrink, if you're using this one, I would advise shrinking it down a bit, because at the normal size, it is a little bit too big for my liking. So I would grab it, shrink it down a little bit, probably about to there, place it down. I wouldn't place it in the dead middle. I would kind of place it to the side that has the most grass, like right here. And then you want to get this piece too, and you can place this around, shrink it down a bit also. You can place this all around the place like that. And then I like to use this birch piece, well, sort of birch piece, because I think it adds a popping color to the place, because everything is all brown and green, but you have the white in here. So you want to place down a few of these. I think I'm going to place down 3. No, I'll place down 2. And then another good piece is any of these trees are great. But these trees, I like using these also. Size these down a lot, because at normal, like, these are pretty big if you don't size them down. So I would do that. Place that right there. So we have the trees down, and it's not looking as dense as I would like it. So I'm going to come over here, and I like to place my rocks next. So let's place one right there. Let's shrink one down, put it right there, and then maybe put one right here. Let's place one right here. And then if you're doing this in a BR map or any map where you need to be memory efficient, I would just use this piece and shrink it down. But if you aren't doing that, I would use this nice small piece to add the smaller rocks around. So let's add some right in there, and then I'll add another one right here. So for now, that's enough for the rocks, actually, and another one right there. Okay. Cool. So now we want to get into adding some of the grasses and all that. These two pieces right here, these are going to be like the bread and butter of the swamp. You're going to want to use these a lot. So grab this, and I like to place these around the trees and the rocks. Just like that. And let's add some more. Just right there. Let's add some like that. And then we want to add some of this bush around on the shores too, because we are going to add water to this whole area. And then let's have a final one right there. And now you want to grab this blue and green bush right here, size it up a little bit, and place this around too. Similar to how you placed the yellow corn looking ones. Place that right there, even in right here, and then let's place this one like that. And now we can also place some of these on the shores too. I think that is enough for now. Next piece you want to get is this right here. This, don't try to use a lot of these though, because these are one of the few plants that actually have collision in that swamp gallery. So I would only use a few of these, because they kind of disrupt movement if you have a ton of them and people keep walking into them. So I'm only going to add a few. Some right there, and I'll probably add one down at this end right there. So there we go. And I like to use this piece right here, the fallen branches and stuff, as sort of a centerpiece for the islands. Like that. And then I like to make it feel even denser. I like to shrink this down a little bit. I'll put one of those in there, and then grab a blue one. My bad. And then grab a blue one, and put that down there too. Shrink it down just a little bit. Shrink this one down too. There we go. And now you can see that it feels really dense, and that's good. I am going to add one more rock right here. And then I'm gonna hit it with that. There. Actually, no. We aren't gonna hit it with that. that. Alright, so that's the foliage and the actual island done. It feels nice and dense. There's a lot of grasses, there's a lot of rocks, trees, whatever. It looks nice, looks dense. I'm gonna say dense and density a lot in this video because I think that is the key aspect in making a good swamp, is making it look dense like any real life swamp. Now we're gonna get into the water, and the water is, you think it would be quite simple, and it is, but I do have a nice technique that I use to make the water look really nice. So you want to grab the like murky, swirly looking water that like people typically use for their swamps. Put that onto grid snap 16, and it's in the ground right now. Just go one up and place it like that, just like that. And then you want to go up here and grab this piece. Wait, no, this piece right here. And this is kind of the kind of see-through, but not really, water. It's really brown. Do you want to grab this, put this onto grid snap 2? Do you want to place this right over that water? And here you can see that it makes it look somewhat see-through, but it also looks like very murky water, and I think this looks better than just placing one or the other. Mixing the two looks really nice, in my opinion. And, yeah, I think this is the finished little mini tutorial, and I will be back after I build a nice little showcase swamp to show you guys what it looks like when it's all combined together into a biome, and I'll see you then. Okay, so here you can see the swamp that I've made. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little islands that I've made with the terrain, and I've added lots of bushes, grasses, whatever. Now, one thing I do want to point out that I did not show you guys in the tutorial is throughout the water, I would advise putting lots of these little branches throughout the water, but also put lots of rocks with the grasses next to them, and even trees in the water, and it really adds, like I said before, it makes it feel a lot more dense and not as open, and that's what you want when you're making a swamp. And I've added this stuff throughout the water all over. I even added one of the big trees over here in this corner because it was kind of empty. All through here. And this is, not to toot my own horn, but I do feel this is one of the better swamp tutorials I've seen on YouTube. And that's mainly because I feel like it's a problem. I have not seen many swamp tutorials on YouTube for Fortnite Creative, and that's the main reason why I wanted to make one for all of you, is so I could help you out, because I don't see a lot of the tutorials out there, and if you guys needed help with it, I'm right here. This is the finished tutorial. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, I would greatly appreciate a like. If you want to support me further, a subscribe would be great. I would greatly appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.